Welcome to MindBody TV. I'm Dr. Kim Duramo, and I'm going to share in this video 3 ways to resolve family trauma, drama, old grief that can surely get triggered over the holidays. So welcome. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. I am a physician who is now sharing mind-body medicine for self-healing. I have found this to be the most powerful leverage point to facilitate and activate physical healing. No matter what may be going on, your body has the ability to heal itself. Your mind and body are connected, and you can activate that powerful inner healing anytime, anywhere. We're going to delve into these issues that can come up in the holidays and how this can be an opportunity for healing, not more drama to avoid or to just get through, but actually really make this a potent time for your own awakening, growth, acceleration, because everything you do during this period and the end of the year is going to mega magnify everything that you invite in, attract in, welcome in for the new year and beyond. So please share where you're joining from in the world, how you found us, and introduce yourself. And for those who are returning, thank you so much for being here. I really love you guys, and I'm so grateful to be able to do this work and connect. So I've made a lot of notes for today's broadcast. It's very rich. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is, what is family drama? You know, there's a lot of times we think like, oh, there are these family diseases in the genetics. This is in the lineage, and therefore I'm going to have that, or I'm more susceptible to that, whether it's, heart disease or stroke or overweight or alcoholism or, lots of different psychiatric patterns. You do not need to be the subject to those lineage patterns. You can awaken and allow your system to transmute that energy, meaning actually change your cellular, change your DNA. The whole field of epigenetics is now really uncovering what that means and what that looks like and how we explain that scientifically, that we heal genes, that we change our genes, that we turn off the codons for diseases. We're not susceptible to these if we choose beyond the pattern. So this is a really great opportunity because guess what? The holidays are rich with the triggers, right? It's going to trigger what's in you that you might have not even known and give you the opportunity to change it. Not comfortable, but is powerful. And so I think the biggest thing you want to do is, what is your intention for the new year and beyond? Because there's really no reason going through the holy hell of like all these triggers and like breathing through them instead of just reacting or avoiding or like doing your addictive behaviors that have you not even noticed them. If there's not like a bigger reason, like a big why that has all of this healing work be something you're even interested in. So if you could wave a magic wand, I always ask everybody in my Embracing Health program, like, go bigger than what you think is possible, because this is an astronomical opportunity. So if you had a magic wand and you could set the stage for what your life looks like in 2025 and beyond, what would you create? What would it look like in your health? And sure, if you're watching the video, you can pause this if you're watching the recording. If you're here live, I'm going to slow down a little because I want you to write this. Or if you're not in a place you can stop and grab a pen, say it out loud to yourself. I would choose to have for your health, right? So I'll give you suggestions. Robust vitality, getting younger as I go forward, elasticity, resilience, hydration, energy, vitality, loving the activities that I'm engaging in, feeling great when I wake up in the morning. I feel whole, I feel positive, I feel energized, I feel excited about my day, have more than enough energy to do the things I love to do. What would you choose? There may be specific health things that you want resolved. So I'm no longer having this pain. I'm free from anxiety and depression. I am fully resolved from fill in the blank medical diagnosis. That is not too big an ask. The level of what I'm going to invite you into to move through and transmute is big. In this time of the year, you can go pretty deep. So why bother doing that healing work of, breathing through it, allowing transmutation to happen? You need a big why. And now is the time. I promise you, like, it will pay off in droves to make this really big. Put it in there for your relationships. I'm going to give you the next step, what you're doing to embrace the triggers and transmute the energy. But I'm going to embrace this old lineage pattern for the purpose of being free to fill in the blank. So what does that mean for your relationships? Maybe in your family, there's been addictive relationships, codependent relationships, obligatory manipulation in the relationships. You don't need to continue that. You can be free right now. And is the opportunity of choice, because choice in action is what creates the change. But you have to first make the choice. I choose to have blah, blah, blah in my relationships. And again, I'll give you some examples. I am loved and accepted for exactly who I am, as human and imperfect as I am. My relationships nurture me into my wholeness. I feel more alive as a result of these relationships and the interactions in them. My relationships activate my brain to work in a higher way. So I have these sparky realizations of, whoa, I could do this, or I could create that. And I move in directions I never would have moved in if I'd not had those relationships. My relationships support and nurture me. I get even more than what I put in to my relationships. What else? Oh, if it's a love partner, I'm deeply in love and I feel love for myself and for this person because of the partnership. I'm fully seen, really understood, and really supported in who I am in this partnership. There's honesty, integrity, and transparency in my partnership. There's potency and passion and sexuality and authentic energetic connection on a deep, intimate level in this partnership. So that's not too much to ask for, guys. When you move beyond the lineage patterns, you can allow this in. They're just beliefs encoded in the DNA, in the cellular, and guess what? Your cells can change. They already are changing. They're just usually getting recreated on the existing template instead of getting recreated on a new template for what you're choosing here. So are you writing this down? Share a couple little tidbits in the comments with me of what that looks like for you in these factors. The next factor is work and money. You could certainly do these separately, but for the sake of time, throw them in together. I am abundantly receiving a lifestyle I love for the work that I do in the world. There is meaning and purpose for the work I do in the world. I'm excited to get up to contribute to the world through the work I'm doing. This makes me more alive and have more energy at the end of the day than I did going in because I love the work I'm doing. I'm working as much or as little as I like so that I'm in a lifestyle that really works for me as I'm in contribution in my work, right? That's a vibration. Do you feel the vibration of what I just shared? Now, the vibration of this body, health, relationship, money can actually bring up all the triggers where you're like, yeah, that sounds nice for you, chicka, but I'm not there. That's BS for me. That's airy fairy, right? Because there's nothing like a big, powerful, high vibe vision to bring up all the little nuggets of like, no way. I can't have that. She's stupid. That doesn't make sense. She's full of it, right? Where you're like throwing out doubt or cynicism, or it's not even your thought though. It can come from the lineage. It can come from your upbringing. It can come from just patterns you've held that are no longer serving you. So are you ready to transmute that? Meaning allow your body to convert that energy into a higher form, because everything is energy. The thoughts, the beliefs, the emotions are energy in your body, energy in your field. You are actually a field of energy. We have instruments that measure this. Your energy fields can be detected up to 8 to 10 feet away from your physical body. So you're not just this body, you're an energy field. And that energy field is potently creating your life because the electromagnetic energy that you hold has an effect on everyone and everything around you. So it's time to clean up your energy field, release the past, and transmute the energy from your lineage, from your family, and move into something higher. So complete this exercise as best you can now, or make some time later on this evening to set aside even just 20 minutes, you guys. It's so powerful, especially if you bring pen to paper. Your dominant hand is connected with the part of your brain that does creative processing. So you write, here's what I would love, and it does that, here's how. It will bring it to you. It will line up the synchronicities because you're telling your brain what to pay attention to. There are billions of bits of information your body is receiving in each moment. You don't need to be conscious of that. You're never going to know, why did you take the second seat on the left? Why did you make that phone call exactly in that moment? But your sensory system does know because you are guided in every moment. And you're either guided to create and recreate the family drama patterns, or you're guided to create and recreate your intention. And there's such a great way to actually write it down, pen to paper. I do a lot on my computer typing, but pen to paper activates this part of your brain to let it know what you're intending, what you're asking your system to do, to manifest, to lead you to. Then you just go about your merry business. Hey, I think I'll go to that coffee shop. And you follow the inspiration. Yeah, there's juiciness there. That'd be fun. I'd love that. You follow the joy, you follow your heart, and it will lead you to the exact moments, the people, the places, the interactions, the actions you take that create and manifest exactly what you asked for. That's the magic of your mind-body system. It doesn't have to be conscious. I think I should call so-and-so right now because that would be a good idea. It's a good idea, and I think that blah, blah. No. Your rational mind is never, ever going to get this. But you can put in your order, your intention by doing a simple exercise like this. Okay, so your choices with family, you're in this lineage pattern. Now, these people are going to bring it up in ways you didn't even know you were still holding. And like I shared in the other MindBody TV episode that I did about Spirited, the movie that I saw with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, and it was awesome. And I talked in the whole episode about the underlying meaning in that movie and how it's actually really healing. You are going to be triggered to the biggest core wounds you're holding that you didn't even know about. And as you move through, you have the opportunity to clear them. And like I shared before, you're not clearing 100%. You don't need to clear 100%. Even clearing 2% radically changes the material circumstances of your life. Okay, that is truth. That is quantum science. Radically changes the material conditions in your body. So you clear 2%. You just pause instead of reacting. You just feel your body, appreciate the sensation and the emotions that coming up with that trigger, and you ask a question like, what else might be possible? Or like, wow, I'm really feeling a lot here, right? You just notice and observe. That is a much higher path than the reactive patterns that propagate the cycle of drama and recreate it in your life. So you don't need to do that anymore. So even if you clear 2%, but let's say you clear 80%, there's still 20%. Don't make that a problem. You are human. And part of your journey is to continue to resolve the densities to let them convert back to love. Everything is energy. And the lower frequency energy is just energy, but that's what will feel like guilt, heaviness, anger, hatred, resentment. So just notice that this holiday season. Notice, I'm noticing what I'm feeling. Maybe you don't like it, and maybe you don't know what to do about it, but your body does. So all you're going to do is notice. I promise you, this will make all the difference. You're going to breathe and notice what you feel, especially when you're triggered, because that is when the real work happens. Believe it or not, when you're triggered and you respond, pause, breathe, instead of react, your system is generating massive quantum change. It's like the system's like, wait a minute, this is a change of pattern. Wait, we're not going to do that old thing. Something new is happening. And you still might feel really triggered and you still might feel really resentful, but change is happening, and it is an inevitability that you will begin to experience that. Okay, so you have 3 choices when you're faced with family drama. Now, the most essential part, and I teach this in the Embracing Health program, that we are converting energy. You are transmuting energy down to the cellular level, the deepest parts of you didn't even know existed, and awakening to reclaim your power and consciously create your life. So every moment you have 3 choices. When something is unwanted, you can leave it. Just walk out the door. I'm not going to participate in this relationship anymore. You can change it. That is the second option. So maybe if I give you a little feedback here, you'll see things differently and stop treating me this way. Or you change it by like, maybe how I'm showing up is triggering the other person into this behavior. And maybe if I kind of approach this in a different way, I'm going to get a different side of them. So that's another option. The third option is you can accept it exactly as it is. You don't actually need to make a problem out of it. And you realize, person's not going to change. I'm not going to leave. Maybe it's just not the right thing. I'm just going to accept this as I am and work around it to find my own joy, my own sense of contentment, my own happiness, despite what's happening with them. There will always be at least one of those 3 doors open. Always, 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 always. Sometimes 2. But usually we'll exhaust it. We're trying to change. We're like, nothing will change. And then we think, I have to leave. And we never consider, like, is this actually a deal breaker? Now, if you're married to someone, maybe, yeah, you're like, this is not acceptable. I'm going to have to exit the marriage. Doesn't mean you don't love them. Doesn't mean you don't have a deep compassion for what's happening. It just means you're not going to be engaged in a committed relationship with someone who's doing certain behaviors. Maybe there's abuse or they're with a different person and you realize, like, this is not acceptable to me. So you leave, right? That will be available. If that is not available, no matter what you do, you've got to create an internal shift, right? So you find a point of, I accept and love myself no matter what, because that is what will actually either create a change in the other person or create the doorway to leave. One will always, always happen. There are way more things triggering us that we realize is like just a hang up we have that we could let go of. Like, all right, I could let this go and be at peace. It's not actually a deal breaker. Sometimes it really is. And we exhaust ourselves and our opportunity for change. You realize that's not going to happen. Look at leaving. What can I do to change the way I relate with this person, or just stop relating with this person altogether? That's really challenging with family, because you think like, well, they're going to be in my life. Sometimes taking a pause is maybe going to nurture you. Get your own space. But I've seen way, way more often that the space of acceptance will create more. You are here with this group called your family to work stuff out together for yourself. No one can trigger you the way they can. No one can really get to those nitty-gritty buttons you didn't know you have the way they can. And so it can be a rich opportunity during the holidays to begin to look at, what am I holding that's creating this tension? What am I holding that's having me engage in the relationship this way and having people think they can treat me this way? What am I holding? So put the power back in you. What am I holding and what could I let go that could have all of this change? And you will see one of those 3 doors open. The other thing I wanted to mention is the problems in your life and the triggers are pretty much never what you think they are. So I had this one client I was working with, and there was so much anger over one of the family members, and she does not like feeling angry. And this person it was not changing. And the nice girl she'd always learned to be, being loving means you just accept it and you pretend it doesn't matter and you stuff your emotions. Like, there was a big pattern in her system. And that was what had her become sick in the first place. So now the illness has been resolved and she's meeting up with these challenges of How do I love in a way that honors myself? What if love doesn't mean letting everyone walk all over me and pretending not to notice? What if love means standing firmly and I can do that lovingly with clarity to honor myself? So there's always a lesson. And when she was willing to get that lesson, that it wasn't about, oh, I shouldn't be angry and I've got to let go of the anger. Because when we did the session, are you ready to let this anger go? And her system was like, I wish I was, but no. That always means there's still a little nugget of gold in that part of you who's angry, that part has for you a learning, a lesson, a boundary, a truth that you're still integrating. And that was very much true for this person, because when she allowed herself to be as angry as she was and to hold on to that anger for as long as her system wanted to hold on to it, something broke open. And she realized love doesn't mean accommodating everything. Love doesn't mean pretending not to notice. Love doesn't mean ignoring my needs. It was a whole new level of power where love means honoring myself as I interact with others. And that was a whole power that had her create a whole different interaction with this particular family member that really made a difference. And so start to get curious, right? You leave it, you change it, or you accept it as it is. And this is an Eckhart Tolle teaching where he talks about these three factors, but it's universally true. So utilize this holiday season where you begin to look at how is this trigger serving me? What is it bringing me to meet in myself? Where if I connect with myself, with my emotions, with my experience, it's actually going to be a strength. I'm going to communicate differently. I'm going to respond instead of react. Do that pause, the powerful pause, the present pause, to really let yourself feel the moment, feel the emotion before you react or do some addictive behavior to suppress the emotion. Like, you don't need to do that anymore. You can let everything that happens this holiday season bring you into a whole new you, the true you that is beyond the family drama, trauma, the lineage patterns, the DNA stuff, and really allow an activation of your own potency and your own love to begin to be a powerful being of love, a powerful, abundant being of love going forward into 2025. So how does that sound? Are you a yes to that? Are you ready to receive that? What questions come up that might be like, wait, but what about, I want to hear them. I will speak to them. I will do my best to assist you through this. We are opening the doors for Embracing Health very soon. We don't normally open this time of year, and we are opening the doors because we've had lots of questions of people who want to be a part of this community, and we want to be able to serve the community to start this program more frequently and jump on board to get the assistance. We've also upgraded it to EH 2.0, where our mentors will be doing more tailored, small group specific work with you to work on your system to do the healing work. I mentioned everything is energy. Your system's constantly receiving awareness. Your system also has the ability to transmute and resolve the deepest, darkest of what you are dealing with back to love, back to ease and flow, back to pure light, so that you feel light emotionally, you function in clarity mentally, and you function in harmony physically. If you're ready for that, give me a yes, please, in the comments, and I will share all of the information where you can register. If you go to drkimd.com/health, all the information is there on the page, as well as the ability to register for EH 2.0. I'm so excited to be bringing this to the world and to assist you further and bring you through this amazing, miraculous journey of uncovering who you truly are, so that you begin to create the majesty you are here to receive, to live, and to experience. Lots of love to you. We'll be here every Wednesday and broadcasting a live episode at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for MindBody TV and my YouTube channel, Dr. Kim Duramo. Be sure to like and subscribe. Share this video with someone you love. And you can join us over in the MindBody community in Facebook, where our coaches are standing by to assist you in applying this work in your life. So much love and happy holidays. I will see you soon.